Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about a book that is pretty popular on the booktubes right now. It's been getting quite a bit of hype. Just came out in January and a lot of people have been reading it and really enjoying it, and so I kind of wanted to get my opinions and voice into the mix. So today I'm going to be reviewing Truthwitch by Susan Dennard. Like I said, this book just came out in January, and this is the first book by Susan Dennard that I have ever read. If you don't know, this book is set in a fantastical land called the Witchland, and a lot of the people in this land are born with some kind of power. And our main character, Safi, is a truth witch, which means she can tell when a person is telling the truth or lying. It's a very rare gift, and as far as Safi knows, she's the only truth witch that is currently living, and so she has to keep her powers a secret from the government and from a lot of people so they don't try to use her for wrong. The story follows Safi and her best friend Isolde, and they are kind of on the cusp of this war, and these two girls kind of play a pretty pivotal role in the war and how it's going to play out. And there's a couple of other perspectives in the book besides Safi and Isolde. There's the main villain has a couple of chapters, and then also a prince of another country that is trying to stop the war has a perspective in this book as well. Overall, I thought that this was a very interesting story concept. I liked the idea of the witch powers and how each witch had something different. Even if they were both water witches, they might have had some kind of different specifics in their magic that made them completely different. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the book. I thought that that was a very interesting concept, and obviously I thought the writing was very beautiful. I really enjoyed the writing style throughout, and I thought that it was pretty consistent from beginning to end, and I enjoyed the book very much. I do have a couple of negative opinions about this book though. First of all, the beginning of the book is very slow. The first 50 or so pages take place over the course of one day, and so it's kind of tedious to read the same day over and over. It's very, very slow, and it took me a little bit of time to get really invested in the story because I was a little bit bogged down by how slow the story was. Another thing that kind of bothered me about this book is, although I think the witch power, the fantasy magical element of it is really cool, I thought that there wasn't a whole lot of world building and development of the magic and the fantastical elements. I kind of wanted to know more about the witch powers and what makes them different and everything, and I'm hoping that in later books we'll learn more about the different aspects and the different sections of power that people can have, and how one person is born with a certain something, but how another person might be born with something different. However, I did really, really enjoy where the story went. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. By about page 200, there was so much happening, and I just had to keep reading because I wanted to know how it was all going to play out and how the story was going to end. And honestly, there were some twists and turns that I really didn't see coming, and there are a lot of questions. This book leaves off with a lot of questions for future books. I think this series is going to be a 4-book series, and so I can only imagine how much more we're going to learn about this world and these characters and this concept throughout the next 3 books. Another thing that I really liked about this book is the fact that there is a romance, there is an underlying love story, but it's a very slow burning romance. It's not overwhelming, and actually it doesn't even really happen until the last 50 or so pages of the book, and it really is so subtle and so understated that you almost don't even realize it's there because it's just not the important part of the book. The book is about these 2 girls and their friendship and how they're going to save the world, basically. And that is the important part, is that it's a book about friendship before it's a book about anything else. And I really, really, really enjoyed that. I'm really looking forward to seeing where these characters and where this story goes in the next few books. And I'm kind of upset that I have to wait so long to read them because I'm just ready to move on right now. I'm ready to have my questions answered and know what exactly is going to happen next, and see the romance develop further, and see the friendships and the relationships develop further. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the villain and what kind of person he becomes throughout the story, and all the side characters and everything. I want to know all of the things, and I'm just really excited to continue on with this series. So that's really all I have to say about Truthwitch by Susan Dennard. It's a really, really good YA fantasy that I would suggest picking up if you are interested in that kind of thing. You probably won't regret it. If you've read Truthwitch and you have similar or differing opinions than mine, I would love to know. Leave them down in the comments. Or if my review sparked an interest in reading this book, I would love to know that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!